This podcast is sponsored by Jobs and Pods, the only site where you can listen to top employers talk about their jobs and what it's like to work there. Visit jobsandpods.com to learn more. Welcome to Secrets of the Job Hunt. This is the podcast edition. I'm your host, Chris Russell. Today, my good friend Jason Alba of Jibber fame is here. Jibber is one of the top job search management tools on the web. But today I'm going to ask him about his new book, which is entitled, I'm on LinkedIn, Now What? So Jason's on the line now. How you doing, Jason?
Hey, Chris. How's it going? Thanks for having me.
All right. Great to talk to you. First, how are things going over at Jibber? What's new with you guys?
Oh, man, we got a lot of stuff going on. We just hired another programmer a couple weeks ago, and it seems like that has increased new features by fourfold. We just released a new feature called the Job Journal, where you can track your job achievements and accomplishments and all that stuff, so that when it comes time to make your resume, it's a lot easier to pull all that out.
Cool. You wrote a new book. I'm on LinkedIn. For those of us who haven't, there's plenty of job seekers who haven't heard of LinkedIn yet. But tell us what LinkedIn is, and then I want to know why job seekers should care about it.
Okay. The title is I'm on LinkedIn, Now What? And so LinkedIn is what a lot of people call a business social networking site. And so you basically go there, set up a profile, and people can search for you depending on the keywords they're searching for. You can go find other people. The idea is that you connect to people and put people in your network, and then you'll be able to have access to their connections. So, for example, let's say you have a network of 50 people. As soon as you and I establish a connection in LinkedIn, then I'll be able to somehow look at or tap into your network.
Okay, great.
Pretty simple.
Yep. All right, so tell me about the book. What's in it, and why did you write it?
Well, I wrote it because, in the last year and a half that I've been involved in career stuff with Jibber, I've had a lot of people ask me to look at their LinkedIn profile, or I've seen comments about, I signed up, but I never go back. I don't do anything. I don't know what to do.
Right.
I think there's just a lot of people that, they sign up, they hear some buzz about it, they accept a connection, and that's it. Or the only time they go into LinkedIn is to accept a connection from somebody else. But they're not really, learning or understanding how they can optimize the relationships and stuff within LinkedIn. So basically what I do in the book is I start off explaining what it is and what it isn't. And it's funny that you mentioned, or that I mentioned I said some people call it a social network because there's other people who say that it's not a social network. And so anyways, I kind of go down a list of, here's the things that it does and that it is, and then I turn right around and say, here's the things that it isn't. One of the common misconceptions is that LinkedIn is a CRM tool, which is similar to what salespeople would use to manage and track relationships.
Right.
You don't really manage and track relationships in LinkedIn. You can find people and they can find you, and you can do a few things, but there's no place to manage and track the relationships.
Right.
So I lay that foundation of what it is and what it isn't, and then I go through the features with my goggles on, which is more of a personal career management mode.
Right.
But it's definitely not inappropriate for sales or business development or something like that.
Right.
And then towards the end, I'll talk about what I call shady practices, and I list a number of things that people do on LinkedIn that are significantly frowned upon.
Okay.
And then to round off the book, at the end, I have a long list of what I call complementary tools, whether they're reading supplements to the book, various blog posts or entire blogs or other books, or tools that will supplement LinkedIn as a tool, like a CRM tool.
Okay. Is there one big mistake that people make using this site, would you say?
Well, I have a favorite mistake that I talk about, which is it's not even a technical thing. It's more of a attitude or a thought process thing. I think people, they start getting into LinkedIn, especially if they get real excited and get a lot of connections, and they're doing all the stuff that you can do in LinkedIn with answers and referrals and all that stuff. I think the biggest problem that people that use the system have might be that they think that as long as they're networking within LinkedIn, then they're networking, and they don't really need to do networking anywhere else. But
right.
That's really, in my opinion, that's a huge mistake.
Okay. Now, I know recruiters are often using the site to source talent, so what are some things you can do as a job seeker to sort of maximize your visibility to them?
Well, yeah. So as far as like describing what LinkedIn is, I say that LinkedIn is a place to find and be found.
Right.
And for a job seeker, the emphasis is on the be found. And so it's amazing to me when I go look at somebody's profile and they have hardly anything there, maybe a couple of job titles, and that's it. If you're a recruiter, you're going to be searching on keywords like project manager or PMI, which is Project Management Institute, or a certification or a university or industry or something like that. As a job seeker, if you want to be found, you need to go into your profile and flesh it out as much as you can, with the idea that you're trying to put in various words that recruiters might be searching on.
Gotcha. Okay. There's also a job board inside of LinkedIn. Do you have any tips in terms of how you should go about applying for a job that you see in there?
The coolest thing, the thing that I like the most about the job board within LinkedIn is that it actually allows you to see connections that are in your network,
right,
and the path to the hiring manager or HR person or recruiter. So I kind of take the job board, at face value as a job board, with that one exception. I mean, once you have the ability to understand, who you can talk to get to a potential decision maker and find out information about the company and stuff like that, it's kind of like combining the current job board technology with the advice that you get from career coaches that say network your way in and do your research and come in prepared. So LinkedIn makes it really easy because it shows you the people that you should talk to get closer and closer to information about that job.
Awesome.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay, let's see here. I was looking through the chapters. Number 13 is about personal branding. Can you talk about that a bit?
Yeah, personal branding is something I never heard about when I was in my job search. And as I started learning about it became the idea, kind of like what we were talking about with recruiters are searching for your profile.
Right.
So flesh it out and make it easy for them. I have a personal branding award that I give once a month called the You Get It Award. I think that, aside from blogging or other things that you can do online or offline to enhance your personal brand, if you don't do anything else, go in, flesh out your profile once again so people can understand who you are and they can learn about you and see what your strengths and passions are. But aside from that, you can take your URL, it's called the public profile URL, and you kind of, I call it getting a vanity URL. So you go in and say, linkedin.com/in/Jason Alba, and that's my URL. Put that URL, if you don't have a website or a blog, put that URL on your email signature, and every time you send your email out, someone's going to be able to click on that to learn more about you. You're just perpetuating, in a sense, who you are, and which comes down to what your personal brand is. And if you have it fleshed out and it's rich and it looks really good, that's only going to strengthen your personal brand.
No, it's definitely a great tip. It's it's just promoting yourself, really.
It's simple and it's free.
Okay. All right. So where can we get the book, Jason?
So you can get it on. Actually, the easiest way to find it is if you go to I'mOnLinkedInNowWhat.com.
Okay, that's a long one.
Yeah, we'll try to go to LinkedInHelp.com.
Okay.
I don't know how long I'm going to get to have that URL before I get a letter.
Cease and desist, yeah.
For now, LinkedInHelp.com points there, and it's on Amazon.com. So just search on LinkedIn, and I'm one of the top 5 books that'll come up for LinkedIn.
Okay.
Or happyabout.info, INFO, and that's my publisher's website, and click on business books, and you'll see it there.
Awesome. Well, Jason, we're out of time, but I think that will do it for this edition of Secrets of the Job Hunt. Stay tuned to secretsofthejobhunt.blogspot.com for more interesting career topics. To contact me, just send an email to info@secretsofthejobhunt.com. Thanks for listening, everyone.